Good evening, Internet. I am Elliot, the purple-haired doofus, and I am welcoming you back to Ready Player One, where we will be discussing Chapter 0003. I was hoping that this chapter would develop a little bit more plot. Unfortunately, it's less about setting description and more about character development, which is good, but I'm aching to get to some kind of plot, and this chapter did not do that for me. This chapter talked about his friend, which I teased in the beginning of last episode, Aech, which it later told me was pronounced just H, like the letter H. And I felt like a fool. I felt like a doofus, if you will. No? Okay. But Wade gets invited into H's basement, which is his chat room, his virtual chat room. And you quickly find out, after they describe this chat room, that H and Wade are like best friends. H is basically the Turk to Wade's JD, you know. And you find out that H is actually moderately wealthy because he made a lot of money in player versus player tournaments. And you find that when he does the player versus you also find out that just because H is moderately wealthy doesn't mean that he's not a good guy. He's a very good friend to Wade, because he doesn't just toss his money at Wade. He says, he kind of gets in the mindset of Wade, and he understands Wade's need to be solo in this little venture. And one line that I thought was really interesting, or really kind of hit home for me with Wade's predicament, is that solo meant that you don't want or need help from anyone else. So all of this stuff that he's doing to find the Easter egg is all solo. He doesn't want people's help trying to find it. He wants to figure it out on his own. And that's kind of how I like to play my puzzle games, is I like to figure it out on my own. And so I can totally understand, from a video game player's standpoint, why anyone would ever want to go solo. But they're also best friends in the way that they can mockingly argue with each other over the stupidest shit, like Ewoks in Star Wars, or whether or not Lady Hawk is a good film, which it's awesome. And by the way, H uses Howard the Duck to prove that Lady Hawk is an awful film, kind of drawing a comparison between the two. And I'm like, hey, Howard the Duck is amazing, and I'm really looking forward to the day when and if they ever reboot it, because they totally should, especially since they put it at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy. But spoilers, sorry. I loved Howard the Duck, so shut up, H. But while they're arguing, and the small gathering inside of H's basement are watching, a a new gamer comes in by the name of Irock, and that's I-R0K. And he's pretty much the dude bro version of a gamer. He just walks around with this massive weapon that you can't ever imagine anyone ever carrying over their shoulders. And it's in a room where weapons are not needed in the slightest. And he's just like, I am the best at everything that I do. And he tries to even contest their knowledge of a series of games called the Sword Quest series. Now, this is a series that I never actually even heard of until I read it in this chapter. But apparently it came out in the 80s on the Atari. And I was like, oh, okay. And it got me thinking to all the games that I played on the Atari. My very favorite was actually Donkey Kong Jr. before it was put on the NES. And it got me thinking, like, what was your very first video game? So maybe that will be the question later. But anyways, iRock comes in, he starts, being a dude bro, like most dude bros are, and talking about how he's the best and no one will ever beat him, and just proving that he's a complete idiot by not knowing anything about Sword Quest. And everyone else just kind of tearing him down. And then him walking away and giving the good old dude bro response of, whatever, I don't need you, I'm gonna go have sex with a bunch of ladies that I don't know. And it's just like, wow, way to really solidify the douchebaggery of this character. But then at the end, Wade and Aech are about to get ready for class because the final warning sounds that, class is about to start in 3 minutes. And he asks why, or Wade asks Aech why he lets iRock into the room, and he says it gives him hope because iRock is such a dim-witted fool, and that if all other egg hunters are like iRock, then it really gives him hope that either Aech or Wade will find the egg. Unfortunately, we already know how that played out, but that's pretty much how the chapter ended. And I'm just really, really, really looking forward to getting to some plot. I know we're only 3 chapters in, but still, I really want plot. Please, plot. Please, anytime. Please, plot. Please. But, yeah. And I guess I already asked you my question of the day, which was, what was your very first video game that you ever played? If you ever played a video game. If you've never played a video game, why are you watching my channel? Why are you watching me read a book about video games? This doesn't seem like a very good use of your time. Other than that, I still have to answer my question from yesterday, which was, what was my high school experience like? And the truth of the matter is, I did not like it. And I did not like it enough that I even kind of skipped a lot of it because I did not like it. And it wasn't so much that anyone was rude to me or mean to me or anything like that. I don't like being around people too much. I would love to be around a bunch of people that knew me or a bunch of friends and stuff like that, but like to be around that many people that often just really rubbed me the wrong way. And then I joined the military, where I was around a bunch of people that I had no way to get away from. So where's the logic in that? I am just all full of logical inaccuracies, but I guess I should leave it here, and I will see you tomorrow. Toodles!